So go me for not running away from that. I did that for the startup. Got to share Winnie the Pooh quote with this one lady. She liked that, so that was fun. Yeah, we weren't able to set up a demo to talk with her though. I was just kind of thinking about it because I was like, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm going to make a bunch of shorts today, then just get all this stuff done. And I kind of just looked at the clock and I'm like, my brain is like slowing down. I went on an hour-long walk this morning, which was awesome. I worked 4 hours for the startup today. I also wrote my weekly newsletter, so that took like 2 hours. So roughly like 6-ish hours of work-ish today. And, two of them I didn't really get paid anything. And last night I fell asleep around 2 and I woke up today at 6. So that's only 4 hours. So that's not enough time. So you see there's a need to pivot. You see there's like, okay, I need to do this like more hyper-focused work, but my brain is like kind of done for today. I can still show up on a live stream and be a goofball and whatever, and that's kind of what I'm doing. There's an incentive with this because somebody could come back and watch this later and it can make a difference for them. But my eyes are so tired. Oh my goodness. I just have seen this so many times in my life. Like if you're willing to let go of how you see the situation and trust how God sees the situation and move with him, then you'll be just fine. Because he knows all the doors are going to shut. He knows all the updates for all these things that are going to happen. He just knows it all perfectly. Like he could just tell you everything, but that faith in that. So, we need to walk by faith with, and yeah, my left eye actually is definitely oh man, it's crazy. It's just crazy how God shows up in the craziest ways. I was on my walk today and there was this group of 3 people and I thought it was a husband and a wife and their teenage son. That's what I thought from the back. So there's like a taller kid and then yeah, that's what I thought. And the mom actually waved at me. That's who I thought it was, right? And I felt this like love from them, this like kindness, this potential connection, right? Like that's what like a wave and all these things are. It's like a bid for connection. It helps somebody know that they're not alone. And I just kind of had the thought to go and talk to them, but I was like, no, I'm finishing up my walk, I need to go do other stuff, blah, blah, blah. And they're wearing these like yellow traffic, they looked sort of like signs, like traffic signs. And so I ended up going and talking to them. And I thought it was going to be awkward. I was like, look, I'm sort of running to catch up to them. I literally ran across the street to say hi to them before they got out of my view. And it was crazy. Like we just picked up the conversation like we had already planned it out. It was crazy. I just talked about me living here in Utah, how I'm not at home anymore. And they just were like, well, how's that going? And then I just kind of like opened up and was talking with them. Like, yeah, we'd love to be on your newsletter. Said a prayer with them, took a picture with them, and it was just a vibe. It's because I was willing to surrender how I saw the moment and to trust how God saw the moment, which was, hey, Dad's finishing up this walk, but I want to show him how much I love him and how much I see him and how much I know how he's doing. And here's this opportunity to meet some people, really good people, that will make space for him, that he can feel healed and sharpened from. And yeah, and it also, like, that opportunity also elevates you. Yeah, my soul felt elevated. After that, I felt like I just talked to anybody on planet Earth. And I ended up having somebody else put on my path. And it was this lady, and she also wanted to be on my email list. And yeah, just it was one of those beautiful things. It just was like one domino knocks and you get all these other things that happen that you're not even aware it's possible. You don't even know that there's these other moments and opportunities right on the other side of that one little phone call or that one little act of faith. Like it's crazy. And then after that, I had this one friend from North Carolina come to mind, so I gave her a call. It turned out she really needed somebody to talk to. She's like, "It's crazy you're calling me." So it's like God showed up in like all these different ways, and then all that high love and energy that I felt, just like pushing that back out in the world, and then yeah, just having all these cool things happen. And then after that, I was feeling kind of tired, didn't really super know what to do, didn't really want to make any phone calls. I knew I needed to write this newsletter. So I started jumping on that and worked on that and put that out there. And it was about like staying with the Lord while you're in his heat. And it was deep. It was a lot deeper than I thought it would go. And it was beautiful because I was just writing. And then I just kept setting my timer over and over again. It was like 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes. Like, dude, I've been working on this thing for over an hour. And then like right around 2-ish hours, it was closer to getting done. But it was good. It was cool to like building something that could like help out people because I've been writing this newsletter like pretty consistently every week for, you know, a year. And Brud is in the chat. What's up, Brud? So it's like cool. I also listened to this thing from interview from James Clear and Ryan Holiday that was super good. And James Clear is just kind of talking about how he has a default high leverage action. So for him right now, if he doesn't know what he's doing, he doesn't know what to do next. He's like, all right, well, I got to work on my notebook. So he just opens up the doc for working on that, and he just starts going. So I thought that was super awesome. And I'm like, okay, I need to have kind of, I sort of did that with the newsletter. I didn't really know what to do. I just knew I felt all this energy moving through me. It's like, okay, let's put this somewhere. And I just started going with the typing on the newsletter. And then like an hour and a half later, we had this thing and it was out there. And then within like an hour or so, like it already been that about. What's that about? My newsletter? It's about helping people to become better instruments for God and for good. So you can check it out. There's a link in the show notes. It's called Yield Deeply. There's a scripture in Romans 6:13 that talks about yielding your instruments as for righteousness and not for darkness and death. So that's kind of the reasoning behind times in my life where I felt like God has kind of like directed me on a different path. And as I've trusted that path, wonderful things have happened down the road. You look like a fool for like, I don't know, a couple months maybe, but then you realize you're being made as a tool. You're being a tool for what he can do in the future. And so it doesn't have to make sense. Like it doesn't have to be logical. Me moving out here was very not logical. I moved here, shovel and a backpack 4 months ago. I had no job, barely any money, no place to live. And within a month, I was living in an apartment and I had a job working for my friend's startup. So God definitely provides. Emo girl, welcome. I hope you are well. Hello to you. Yeah, so that's basically that. And you have to be willing to show up and do what you can, because after I wrote this letter, I was like, okay, well, I know I need to work for this startup because time is flying by. We're only 4 months in. I need to make sure I put more time into this. Graziella, welcome. And I just kind of made a list of some people to call. And then I just sort of started dialing. Something that's helped me with doing cold calls is I juggle for a little bit just to kind of help me. I also prayed a lot today, which was good. So shout out to that. I just knew I was gonna be needing God's help today. Like that was gonna be, I just told him right off the bat, bro, like I need your help, dude. I really need your help because I'm tired and went on this long walk, which was good, but I have ADHD and like you sort of have this time where it's like you do this like higher energy activity like the walk and then the newsletter, but then it's like I'm just sort of like starting to dip down, and you have to do what you can to like keep the ball rolling until you need until you need to rest. Graziel, you're welcome to subscribe. Go right ahead. Can use all the love right now. Yeah. So that's kind of that. It's good. Also, I do a podcast. I come out with it every Monday and Thursday to help people. Again, kind of the same thing. trying to figure out if like there's a better thing I could talk about, a better way to market it. For now, things are kind of crazy with the startup, so I'm just kind of going with that. And I'm also working through some other things too, just trying to make more money, trying to level up more as a man, become just more focused on my goals. And I feel like that's what God wants me to focus on, not anything else, even though there is the potential for going on dates and stuff right now. I am, but it feels like I'm being directed more to just kind of work more on myself. So I'm kind of doing that. And yeah, things have been good. You can accomplish a surprising amount if you're willing to just kind of give it to God, and not really worry about things. But that's where the pivoting comes into play. Was I had to just kind of accept, like, I'm gonna make some progress today. But, like, I'm running on very little sleep, and I've done this before. I got a nap, middle of the day, and then it was difficult to wake up the next day or whatever. And it's like I'd rather get up and be barely awake for a while that day, and then the next day, like, we kind of refresh it. I'm training my brain. I'm training my brain to be like, okay, you get work done, then maybe play some video games or watch a show or something before I go to bed, and then we do it over again. And there's some fun things that I do, but ultimately the work needs to get done. And that's the constant. That's the need. That is, yeah, that needs to happen. And it's good to have these different things built into the day that help you to just continue. I'm on a 10-day streak of walking 10,000 steps every day, so that's been cool. So I'm truly trying to align myself with what I believe my future self, would do. So, it's humbling to have this much clarity on what I want, and there's obviously opposition to that. So I have to be very intentional about going after that and fighting for that, because it's a battle, it's a fight. But there's been some little wins here and there that have been super encouraging, and a lot of it just kind of comes down to this same concept of I am willing to have God help me with this life, with this journey. I'm willing to have God put thoughts in my brain, videos to make, or people to tell, or jobs to apply for, or whatever it might be. God obviously isn't going to live my life for me. That would completely defeat the purpose of life, which is to, well, I mean, you can measure it out however you want to do it. But at least going along with that thought, it's to become something and to be proud of who you've become. And I believe very strongly and know that Jesus Christ is able to help us with becoming something beyond our fondest dreams, because God has all things in his hands and he's able to make things happen. And it's wild how he makes that happen, but he does make that happen. I was having conversations back when I was living in North Carolina where people would say certain things that would answer my prayers, that would help me know, okay, on the right track, I just have to keep going. And the beautiful thing is, once you have some of those first conversations, then it becomes simpler, it becomes easier. The people that we're making progress with doing this startup, a lot of them, like, started with kind of taking a risk on us, the startup, with what we're doing. And it's cool to see how it's picking up, but it starts really small. Start small. So you have to keep going. That's that. You kind of have to keep going, and I'll look back at this. And I'll get a kick out of it. It's like, oh yeah, dude, there's the day that I made mac and cheese the day before, and that gave me some good momentum, and then I didn't barely get any sleep, and then I ran on my walk, and then I shared that Winnie the Pooh quote with that lady over the phone. It's like, I don't know what all these things are going to become. I don't know how big this startup is potentially going to be. All I know is that this station, this position of where I'm at in my life is temporary. Me living in this basement is temporary. This is my basement season. And it would be wise for me to learn as much as I possibly can while I'm here. What's cooking? Good looking. Artendi, welcome. I hope you are well. It's good to see you, man. Yeah, so that's kind of that. It's been crazy, dude. There's been so many crazy stories that have happened. Like I had this time where I had one of my friends who actually is doing the startup with me speaking at church. Went to that, it was super good. And then the next week I wanted to go to his congregation again. And I went to that, but then I felt literally spiritually directed to go to this other congregation, and I met some people there. And this past Valentine's Day, I went and got some food with these dudes that I met from following this party, and we went and played video games too, and it was a vibe. Played Smash Bros and stuff like that. Yeah, Artendi, what is the startup exactly? Okay, so keeping it pretty hush hush for now. For now, I'll just say it's a tech startup and helping out a certain group of business owners do their job a lot better. It's like organizing data and stuff like that. That's all I'll say for now. We're still trying to figure out if it's viable. Like we don't have a customer yet. We've had a couple demos, I think 2 or 1, and I'm not programming it. So, I mean, truthfully, I know obviously what we're doing. I'm the one calling, but I haven't seen any screenshots of it. I'm planning to do something with the coder this week and have my mind blown by what we've done because I don't really know. I mean, I know enough to talk about it. It's just because the CEO would like it to be kind of hush hush. He'd rather us be kind of underground for now. I kind of like, and I already shared this before, but there's a couple different ways to do the startup. There you build it and you kind of get the hype train going, try to get as much hype as possible and stuff, and then you go out to market and a lot of people know your name. Then there's like kind of keeping it really small and working in the darkness and then just kind of emerging. So, I mean, there's benefits to both. It's just kind of respect wishes. Yeah, he's scared. Well, I don't know if it is the right word, but yeah, he thinks he's found an angle on this particular market that is disruptive, to say the least. So we will see what happens, of course. Like 5 or 6 months from now, we'll know. Like I'll be able to be like, yeah, I don't know. He has a lot of vision. Every time I talk to him, I'm like, he really does sound very convinced of this, which is a very powerful thing. I mean, I've had calls with people that have said like the particular struggle and thing would be useful for them. And one of the biggest things is like the current software and things they use for this is pretty archaic. So that's kind of it. But we'll see. We'll see. I really want to get my speaking and writing and stuff in a bigger place, but it's just gonna take time. I'm like building up money so I can invest more in myself and stuff. No, it's not hush hush for me. I know basically. I know a lot of stuff. I don't really know what it looks like, but there is some stuff hush hush for me. I don't really know too much of what happened in the demo. I just know it went well. We have like a calling notes, a CRM that we built out. So, but it's still super early. Like we're not even like I think one of the main reasons I'm talking about is it's a crazy story, like how I came in contact with him, and that's how I'm paying for stuff. Like that's the only reason why I'm still able to live in Utah is because of this working out so far. So it's yeah, that's kind of that. I'm also running on very little sleep, so yeah, I don't know. That's that. So, but that's that. Sent myself out here to Utah. Ended up hanging out with this friend, and then he told me he wanted to try out this startup, and I started gathering phone numbers and stuff. And then the next day, yeah, like literally my first phone call was where we got first call blitz. First like 10 calls was we got our first time, and just felt cool. I felt like God was helping out. So I'm just like, all right. So has a lot of opportunity. We'll see what happens. I felt guided and helped out. So we'll see what helps happens. Yeah. We'll see how it does. Yeah. I'm employee number 4. So I mean, if it does do well, I could be in a pretty good financial spot, which would be really nice. Um, but yeah, for now, I'm just trying to just build things out, try to like get structure, and I don't know. Yeah, they're also having me learn more about culture. So that's something I told them I'm interested in. So I've been reading a lot of books about startup culture. I did a presentation once for the team, just our little team over Zoom, and it went really well. Everybody's like, yeah. So, it was great. They're like, Dallin is good at this, so we're gonna have Dallin do this again. So I'm getting paid to work on more stuff like that. So that's been fun. There's a little part of my job for that. With the ADHD, it's nice to have multiple facets for my job. So like today I did research, and I also did some cold calls. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I'm really learning more to trust my instincts. Michaela, welcome. Yeah. One quick story I'll share is this one person that said I could call them back. I was excited to call back. What ended up happening was this person's assistant answered the phone, like, hey, this person is not able to take your call. Can I message? And I was like, yeah, we had this like call set up. We're gonna be talking about this. She's like, oh, she's at lunch, and I'll let her know that she called. And I was like, okay, cool. So I was like, yeah, thank you. And then I like knowing what somebody's name is so I can talk to them later. So asked her what her name was. She told me what her name was. Michaela, thank you for the subscription and the like. I hope you're having a good day. Yeah. So then I hung up the phone, and I sort of, I don't know, just kind of felt like I don't know. I'd been down this quote from Winnie the Pooh. It says, "The rivers all know it. There is no hurry. We shall get there someday." And I wanted to share that during the call blitz. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna call her back. So I called her back, and I just was like, hey, like it's Dallin again. And I was like, can I just share this quote with you? And she's like, sure. So I shared the quote, and she told me that she was into Winnie the Pooh as well. And then she also told me that she's having, a little bit of a headache. And I just kind of empathized with her. And it was, oh no, the image is inverted. What? It was beautiful though. It was beautiful. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to let you down, man. We're in this very tired state right now. But it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I'm so glad I called her back. That's what I'm taking this back to. I'm glad I called her back because I was able to kind of empathize with her in that way. And it's like that quote that people will not remember what you said or what you did, but they will remember how you made them. So, it was a small little thing because it was neutral. Like it was fine. It was like, yeah, this person said he would call, tell my boss or whatever. But then I was like, you know what? I'll call her back and call with her. I don't know what she's going through. I'm just gonna ask. She could say no. She could say whatever. But what I'm doing is I'm putting myself in the arena and saying what's on the table. Images are inverted. Text on your shirt is backwards, or is that just your shirt? Yeah, I mean, it says, yeah. It's gonna look that way because of the camera being pointed at myself. So, yeah, it's like this hat. It's not gonna be, it says loyal, but it looks like it says J-Odge, which, yeah, is interesting. So, yeah, we're just learning. We're just doing our thing because, you just kind of have to accept that you're really not in control with this. And I've been accepting that with the startup. And I was like, I don't know what this is going to lead to downstream. I just want to make sure that I put myself out there for this person. And especially that I feel I just feel like so much energy right now. Like it's crazy. I just feel so much love and energy that I just want to make that known when I have the opportunity to do so, and it also like kind of flows well with the moment. So, yeah, man, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. It's crazy how the Holy Ghost can like inspire you and lift you up, and how God knows everything that's going on. Like in one day today, this morning, I met that person on that walk, met that other person on the walk. Then I called my friend from North Carolina, and she ended up having a hard time in that moment when I called her. And then, just all this other stuff. So God is working for real. I'm trying to do my part, and I have had times. Oh, walking the light. What's up, man? Yeah, it's me, Mario. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, it's been humbling because I've had times where I look at the low numbers of my newsletter or of the YouTube channel relatively, and like I feel less than, and I feel not like I'm doing enough. Like I need to figure out some genius marketing campaigns so I can have, 10,000 email subscribers or whatever. But yeah, there you go. That was good. I defaulted to McDonald's, which was very wrong, which was not what you're going for. It was off. Yeah. So, but no, I just keep having these experiences where I just can't deny it. It's like, you're doing just fine as you are. And I'm learning stuff. The startup has made progress. Like when I first joined the startup, it was just research and doing cold calls. But now it's research, cold calls, and also building out and also other stuff. It's fun. I could deny it. Yeah, that'd be bullish, dude. Literally, how in the heck did I get to Utah? Like, if you watch some of my old, like, I mean, I know you've seen some of them, or yeah, like, there's some of the older YouTube videos, and I was like about living in my parents' garage, and I'm like, yeah, you just gotta love the journey and stuff like that. And there's these preparatory blessings, but now I'm having the bigger blessings, and I'm literally like meeting these amazing people out of nowhere. Like God is literally putting them on my path. Like this group of people that I met on my walk, that kind of helped get all this started today. They told me that they don't go on walks very much together. So it's like they were walking right behind me. Like, it was crazy. It was really crazy just how God is able to put these people in your orbit. And that was at this friend that I called too. I told her about some of the crazy experiences I've been having, and she's just kind of like, she's like, you don't have to worry about like if those people are supposed to be in your life, like if they're in your presence or purview, like chances are like there's something happening there, even if you don't know it. So kind of made me want to talk to more people, which is something I was really aggressive, like a lot more aggressive at in North Carolina. I think I kind of toned it down a little bit being here in Utah. It's a sort of different vibe. I feel like in North Carolina, like most people would like humor me or like talk to me. Like most people, like I talk to like all kinds of different people. Yeah, that was actually my CEO calling. um, but yeah, like I feel like in North Carolina, it was like kind of like most people are pretty chill to talk to, and they're pretty understanding and whatever. But in here in Utah, it really is kind of like, yes, I want to talk to you, or like, no, please. Interruptions right now. Did like crazy. We're like in the middle right now. Anyway, it's like that. But it's crazy like when I meet these people, they're like so on board with what I do and stuff. Like this dude who I was talking with, who I met, he's like, dude, how do I get on the newsletter? He's like, add me to it. It's like amazing. I don't have to do anything else. All I have to do is mention that I'm writing it. So it's gonna get bigger. It's gonna get better. I mean, that's how these things work, social proof and stuff. I have around 700 people in the newsletter right now. So it doesn't hurt to have that growing and going. Need to keep building it up. The most recent one was about being able to stay with God when you're in the refiner's fire. I thought it was definitely felt very good about it. It's like this is probably one of the better things that I've read. And I have a pretty high standard for my writing and stuff. But are you the kind that sees signs, that sees miracles, or you believe that people just get lucky? That's good. Yeah. Yeah, so that's that. I told the CEO that I'm gonna call him back in like 10 minutes, so that means we need to wrap this up. But this is fun. It's fun. It's fun how the last one of these I did, I had it was a different experience if you go back and watch it. It was crazy. But I had friends in North Carolina also jump in the chat and kind of vouch for me a little bit. But there was some shenanigans going on. So, but yeah, this guys have shown a lot of support, so I'm grateful for that. But yeah, that's kind of what it is though, because like today I was like, all right, I'm gonna get all these shorts done. I'm gonna get all these shorts done, and I was just kind of like gonna get this done, and I don't know, because I know I've unanswered messages like some in some different places, but there's things you can have wait. Like you don't have to answer everything immediately. So, you know, that's something I'm working on too, is just having like a clear budget for my time. It's like, okay, this is when I'm doing this, when I'm doing this. And right now, like YouTube live streams, there's not really much downside. And it is something that I make and then I go and watch it later. If I ever get bored, I could always watch it later. So that's that. And I could always learn something else from it. But yeah, I don't know. It's funny how an action you take opens the door for different actions. And when you've taken that action that requires more faith, like you're opened up, like it opens up your world, literally. And you have more options. That's always how it goes. Whenever you're like, okay, like if I had gone inside instead of going and talking with those people that were walking, that would have been just fine, but my world would have like stayed the same. But instead, I went and talked to those people, and then my world got bigger. And then I just felt that higher energy, which led to talking to more people, which led to sharing the poo thing. So it all just kind of came together. It comes down to living in line, trying to live in line with your best feelings, because living in line with your best feelings will lead to your highest ceilings. So, yeah, you want to make sure that you are doing what you can, with that, because you never know what miracles might be on the other side of the phone call or whatever it might be. So, and you don't really know the impact that you're making on people. So, it's crazy because I remember when I was writing the newsletter, like 50 people, and I felt like it was like making a big difference and stuff and helping out youth who are going to school that are on it and stuff like that. But now it has over 700 people. And yeah, I've been seeing more people off just because the numbers are higher, and that's part of it. Like I added 2 this morning, and I think I lost 2 yesterday. I was thinking about it. I probably need to set up some like things so like when people unsubscribe, like I have some kind of survey, like why, like is there something I could have done better, like what, bro? Because most of these people, like I've met in person, it's like most of them I prayed with and stuff like that. So for them to unsubscribe, it's kind of like makes you think, like it could be anybody. Even if the startup doesn't work out, you're being paid, that's win-win. Yeah, so that's kind of yeah, I'm building up some skills, and it's fun, having a good time. Me and this guy are good friends. We actually met at BYU Idaho. Met him through following a prompting. That's how I meet a lot of people, following a prompting. And yeah, it's cool how that goes. Channel could be deleted. No, I do need to get on the phone call with my startup friend, my CEO do. Yeah, I'm hungry, bro. I am. I am. Oh man. Okay. Like the first, like I didn't do like hardly any of these, and then yeah, now I've done a number of these live streams now, and I don't really think a ton of amazing things have happened from it, but I've had some good times. So it's been fun. But it's a long game. That's what this is. Because I'm gonna copy strike him for something. I'll find something. Oh no. Yeah, please don't. You'll find something. Yeah, copy strike him for something. Yeah. The Chosen. I'm wearing this hoodie. Like, this is super illegal. Super illegal. Yeah, so that's kind of that. It's Tuesday. I feel like overall, like one of my main goals for this week was to work for the startup every day because sometimes it's easy to for me to get caught up in I don't know, just whatever. I can always find something else to do, like working on my own stuff, or I sleep in longer, or I just start reading and get caught up in that. I don't know what happened, but like literally 2 weeks ago, I worked 1 hour for the startup. It's like, this is how I'm making money. Like, I'm not making very much money with books. I make like a tiny couple cents here and there with books right now. I need to put more time into marketing those, which is where, I have money so I could put into a marketing budget. But it takes time and it's a battle. It's a battle. I'm just glad to be in it. Glad to be in it. That's it. So, and I just have to be willing to follow wherever God's direction goes. And yeah, that's really it. So, see what we got. Turns out I'm the CEO of the Chosen. We haven't given permission to wear shirts inverted on streams. Yeah, there we go. You got me. Yeah. Yeah. If only I had done something and had known that. Yeah. If only I had gotten my shirt fixed or something like that. Yeah, that'd be good. It would be crazy if you were the CEO of the Chosen. I'd be surprised. That would be that'd be a that'd be a humbling thing. You'd be a good person to talk to about about making a award-winning series. Yeah. But then again, you have an award-winning series in your right. So I mean, if anybody watches it, they'd be like, wow, this is actually really amazing. It's cool. So, but yeah, that's that. Just kind of keep showing up and learn and make space for healing and growth to happen. That is what's going on too. A lot of beautiful happening behind the scenes. So it's cool. Could go on, but just seeing more miracles just from trusting in God and that's it. Apparently some good Halo. Nice. That's cool. That's cool. I need to watch The Chosen. I need to. I need to watch more of it. That would be good. Tell them about your backwards shirt. Yeah. Yeah, go right ahead. I'm sure he'd be glad to hear about that. Yeah. So that's good. We're not gonna make it to the 40 or hour mark today. I think we'll hit the 40 and then we'll slow this down. But it was fun. It's good. There's been little movements here and there. I bought a bunch of Blu-ray movies recently. Not a bunch. I bought a couple. So yeah. So I'm planning to get something to watch those on. So that'll be fun. So something to do that. Got some church movies too. So it'll be good. Not getting work. No, it's fine. I'm not getting any work done while watching stream anyway. Well, yeah. Yeah, it was fun to have you in, man. It was fun to have you here. It was a good times. So, yeah, that's that. I think we'll just kind of wrap this up. Thanks for watching. Keep on trusting God, doing good stuff. He's able to fill us more than anybody else. And yeah, he is good. He is mindful of what we're all going through. So, yeah, see you later, brother. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you whenever you. But yeah, Jesus lives. He's good. We can trust him. Let's keep going. Amen. Yeah. Good times.